Hey.
Hey, Justin, this is Matt Schichter calling.
Hi, Matt. I'm actually hanging out with Matt, the bass player of this band, and we're trying to put together an intro for our record release shows.
Oh, nice.
So we're actually I'm gonna take this interview outside, and we're gonna walk to the coffee shop and get some coffee.
Okay, cool.
That's fine. No, we're actually just recording different snippets from like movies. And
okay.
And like an intro. Yeah, I think we're using the theme song from 6 Feet Under.
Oh, nice.
And then we're it's kind of morbid, but
yeah. Well, hey, it's all good.
All right. Sorry, I'm here. I'm totally here now.
No, it's all good. That's a good start to the interview. I like it.
Okay.
So you guys are rehearsing this week, I heard, too?
Yeah. We actually just had our last rehearsal. I think tomorrow we're going to run through some stuff. We just got inner ear monitors for everyone except for Jesse, because he doesn't count. Just kidding. But, and so we were, we had our friend, Sean O'Keefe, who actually recorded the Shotzi split that we did with us and Shotzi. He recorded that. He's in a band called This Is Me Smiling. He put together this whole inner ear, monitor package thing, and he's, helping us out, and he's doing our sound for this tour, or for some of the shows on this tour, because his band is opening. That's how we sort of did this sweet deal where his band opens and then he can do our sound, and it's awesome because their band is just fucking incredible. And
cool.
I hope things happen for them. But anyway,
what are they called? This Is My Smile?
This Is Me Smiling.
This Is Me
and
Smiling.
I don't know how you can get a copy of their record, but try to find it, try to do something, because they're not on a label yet. I think they're shopping around, but they're going to be huge. They're going to be I think they're going to be the next Ben Folds.
Oh, Ben Folds, eh?
Ben Folds 5. Yeah, it's like piano, guitar. I mean, it doesn't sound like Ben Folds, but they could definitely, open for him.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
And they're touring with you guys. Is that a little different?
Yeah, for our CD release shows, and then also, I believe, there's a few shows we're doing after our first leg of Warped Tour.
Cool. You guys excited for Warped Tour?
Hell yeah. Although I just did another interview, and I sort of came to understand that, or I came to realize that I don't actually know who is playing Warped Tour. Yeah. And I feel kind of stupid because they're like, who do you want to hang out with? And I'm like, well, Fall Out Boy. I know they're playing, and so yeah, I don't really know who's playing.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, Fall Out Boy is cool. I talked to them a couple of weeks ago.
You talked to them?
Yeah, I talked to Patrick, actually, who worked on your record.
I love Patrick. I love him.
How did you guys hook up with him? Just touring together?
Yeah, no, I think the first time we ever met, and I don't even know if he was singing in the band, but we played with Fall Out Boy in Des Plaines, Illinois,
okay,
I think, and at a movie theater, and we just kind of met them, and apparently, I know Patrick was a fan of our band, so we saw them at the Fireside Bowl in Chicago another time, and then their band recorded a record with Sean O'Keefe, the same guy I was talking about. This is funny. And Patrick wanted to know if I would sing on the record, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I love you guys. And so I, actually, you know what, that's not true. I didn't say I love you guys because I don't think I'd heard their record yet. But I just liked Patrick. I liked him a lot.
Is that their new record or the record before that?
No, that was the first record. Cool. Yeah. And so we were playing a show at the end of tour at the Metro, and I'd blown out my voice. Sean picked me up. We drove to the studio, and I listened to the song for the first time and then I wrote lyrics on the spot and sang it. And my voice sounded so shitty, but due to the power of Pro Tools, Sean I don't know what he did, but he made it sound, not that it sounds amazing. I'm not saying that my voice sounds amazing, but he made it sound amazing compared to what it was. Mm-hmm. And that was on Chicago 2 years ago. That was the song on the first record that I sang on. And so that's kind of how we started, and then whenever we would play with him, I would sing that song, and then Patrick would kind of sing on The Future Freaks Me Out. Mm-hmm. And then when we recorded this new record, as payback to that son of a bitch, we made him sing on Everything Is All Right. And I think, too, to his credit, he got it in about 2 takes, but we made him do 12 just so that, we wouldn't feed his ego.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
nice
to
fuck with him. Yeah.
Well, let's play that tune right now. Everything Is All Right. You got anything you want to say about it before we play it?
About that song? See. I don't know. It's a musical masterpiece. No, I don't know. It's a rock gem, says Matt Taylor. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was one of the songs that as Josh said, on the last record, we wrote The Future Freaks Me Out, which became a single, I guess, somewhat, on the last record, like right before we went into the studio. And this was that song that we did on this record, like right before we went in to record. That song just happened. And so it's just kind of funny because that's become, I guess, the single for this record.
Yeah.
So that's all I can really say about it. It's a lot of neuroses and certain things that I tend to fixate about.
Yeah, notice on a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 produced the record.
Well, if you want to call it produced.
What exactly did he do?
I just sat around and drank beer all day.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's nice. You got the chill with playing. So cool.
I mean, we had to do most of the work ourselves, but that's not anything new. I mean, we're used to that.
Yeah. Now, exactly what does he do as a producer for you guys? Are you guys come into the studio with all the songs and he just says, hey, maybe you should change this arrangement up a bit? Or is he actually sitting behind the board, mixing it, stuff like that?
No, what actually happened was, what was so cool is that he was a fan of the music.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fan of the lyrics. He was a fan of Matt Taylor's delicious bass playing. And so what he did was we came to L.A. for like a month, and we were practicing in like a practice space down there. And he would come every day and just kind of listen to what we were doing. And it was really weird because he didn't write anything for us. Mm-hmm. He just sort of listened, and he'd say like, hey, why don't you let this part breathe a little more? And we're like, what? What do you mean? He's like, well, just like, don't be forcing all these parts together. Let's see what you can do here. Or he would just kind of make these like weird suggestions that were a little more vague than specific. And if anything, he was sort of a muse in a way where he would like give us, kind of make us think about it, and then we would come up with something new, and we were like, oh, what about this? And he's like, yeah, I like that. So he sort of, I've used this term before, but he facilitated the tanning process. Oh, nice. If you will. And then, but the thing that blew my mind, because I didn't even think about it, I always thought of him as this goofy fucker from TV who ran around naked.
Yeah.
Before I actually met him, and then I met him, and he was, pretty normal for a weirdo. And and when we were in the studio, he'd be like, well, we had like a house that we were staying in, and then the studio was behind the house. It was like a garage that was renovated, I think, in the studio. And so in the main house, we had like another little studio set up for doing overdubs and I think backup singing and stuff like that. And so we could kind of do more at once. And so he'd be going back and forth between the house and the studio, and like he'd come in and I'd be playing guitar, and he'd be like, whoa, what's going on here? That's totally out of tune. And neither the engineer, myself, or anybody would be able to hear it, but Mark has like sonic hearing. I don't know, could pick this stuff up, and that's something that I never really associated. I mean, I hope this doesn't sound horrible, but I never really associated him with like being a genius. I always thought he like wrote pop songs and he was goofy, But he actually is just a brilliant man, and he knows his stuff.
Cool.
So yeah, it was a serious pleasure to work with him. He was so positive. That was nice to work with, instead of, working with this sort of nihilist who would lock us in the basement and beat us with chains on our first record.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Let's play another tune. Your choice, Attractive Today or Time Turned Fragile?
Well, one of them's 1.5 minutes, and another one of them is like 5 minutes. So
that's why I chose them.
Depends on how much what you do. I mean, I'd say play them both, but...
Well, let's play them both then.
All right, do it. All
right, you played a show with Nas. How did that get hooked up, and what was that like?
Well, Matt and Nas go way back.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, back in the day. What was it, Virginia? Via Chicago. Virginia via Chicago, but, I don't know. I can't remember. How did that actually turn out? I think Nas called up and he was like, yo, I'm really into your shit. You want to play a show? And we're like, I don't know if it's our crowd exactly. He's like, no, man. It'll be cool. And so that's kind of how, I don't know. We played the show, and I think it went okay, but it was just really strange because the crowd was definitely split. And I think it was about like a 90-10 split in his favor, but it went okay. And I don't think anybody really heckled us that loud. So,
yeah.
But yeah, and I saw this one kid that was dancing, and I couldn't tell if he was making fun of us or not. But he seemed to be into it, but then he would kind of laugh and point. So, but it was cool. And actually, like, I wasn't too familiar with his music, but I sat and watched a bit when he showed up in sort of his vehicle pulled up, and like 8 dudes came out, and they're all just huge. And I don't know. It was intimidating, but he had this one. I'm sorry. There's this guy carrying a dog, and the dog's about as big as him on the street. I'm sorry. This is just a surreal day. Yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
It's all good.
But yeah, no, it was fun. It was weird. It was cool. I'd like to do more stuff like that. Just like mixing up the genres, so to speak.
Well, Warped Tour's kind of starting that with Atmosphere playing that kind of stuff.
Well, that was awesome. Like, I watched Atmosphere a lot.
Oh, yeah?
On that last tour, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Have you played any of the new tunes live yet?
Yeah, we played a couple of them, actually. Time Turn Fragile was one. We've tried Attracted today, but we're just now in, like, the practices that we've been having the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. That one sounds a lot better than the first couple times we played it live. Better Open the Door we've been playing, and Everything's All Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it as far as the songs go. We used to play, actually, Hey Man was one of the first songs we wrote, and we played that one a while ago. And actually, we played it on the Fall Out Boy when we were touring with Rufio and Fall Out Boy, and which reminds me, I got to give them shit because I think they stole something from us on that song. There's one part in one of their songs that sounds exactly like one of our songs. So I don't know who stole from who, but it's pretty funny.
Cool. Play another tune. Resolution or Feel Like Rain?
Resolution is pretty harsh. I mean, they're both pretty harsh. The first one, Resolution, is a pretty honest and horrible thing. And then, at least, it's embarrassing, but I was told, I think it was, I was talking, well, I won't keep going, but anyway, yeah. That one, I don't know. Okay, well, I was talking to Brendan Klein, who works for Atticus, and I was talking to him about that song. He really liked that song, and I was like, yeah, it's just a little too close to home. I'm a little too brutally honest on that song. Mm. And he was just saying that there was a song that Blink did, and I don't remember what song it was, but that Mark was kind of worried about the same thing, but it turned out to be so much more because, he actually put himself out there. And I guess that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't know if the song's great or not by any means, but I definitely put myself out there on that one a lot. Whereas I think Feel Like Rain is a little more... I think most people can figure out what these songs are about, but that one's a little more disguised, but which was kind of, I don't know, whatever. It's kind of amazing because I talked to some guy who had a similar experience because, I don't know, I don't want to go too much into it, but I think you can kind of figure it out what Feel Like Rain's about. But I talked to a guy who had a similar experience, and he just said that was, he was one of the few people that downloaded our record illegally, and it's just like that song, did something for him, and it was cool because, not a lot of guys do that sort of thing. So whatever.
Well, that's cool. Let's play it.
But yeah, okay.
You just mentioned the downloading of illegally, like of your record. How do you feel about that kind of stuff?
I don't know because I try really hard. If I find something like with iPods and Apples, it's like we tend to share a lot of music. Mm-hmm. So if I find something I like, I usually go out and buy the record. There's one, what really upsets me is where people, and there are certain people in our band, or a certain person in our band too, but like, who get upset about the fact that people are downloading our music, but yet they go out and download other people's music. That to me is wrong. Like, if you're going to get upset about it, then you shouldn't be downloading music at all, Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm not upset about it. I think the only people that it really hurts are the people who need to sell millions of records in order to survive. It definitely hurts the record companies because, they need to make money to survive too. But I think as far as getting your music out there, it's definitely good for that. So it's kind of like, I think it's good and bad. I just kind of try to urge people that if they're going to download it early or whatever, because things always leak, that if they really like it, they should buy the record. And I try to practice what I preach. Because I definitely know that when the Limbeck record comes out, I'm going to buy at least 5 to 10 copies just so I can, like, give them to people, too, because they're so good. They need to be seen. And I waited until May 24th for the new Alkaline Trio record. I did not want to hear it until it came out. That's just a personal thing, It's like, I could have heard it because I heard that other people had copies of it, but I don't know. It's just like I wanted to wait. I don't know. Maybe it's like waiting to have sex until you get married or something. Even though I didn't do that, but but it's kind of like the same thing. It's like it means more when you kind of, I don't know, whatever. But people, I'm not gonna. I hope I'm not sounding preachy. I'm just kind of like there's a few different ways you can go about it. I just think that I don't know, whatever. I guess it's a moral thing. Who knows?
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just pacing up and down the street, and people are looking at me weird.
Do you think it's going to kill record companies eventually, and everyone just be on indies and releasing songs through the internet just to go to iPods?
Hopefully. No, I think that hopefully, if anything, it will make major labels have to change what they're doing and why they're doing it. I don't know if that's going to happen soon, and I don't even know what it is exactly that they're going to have to change, but I don't know. I hope it has some sort of positive effect as opposed to, a negative effect. But I just think it's great for getting music, like especially for smaller bands. It's great for getting them out there.
Definitely.
Because they need all the help they can get.
Cool. Let's play another song.
All right.
Make Out Kids or Better Open the Door?
Make Out Kids. I don't think that one gets heard a lot. Okay, I guess that's funny that I say that because usually don't tell anyone. Well, I guess, but usually when I'm listening to the record, that's not one that I listen to. And I listen to the record a lot, but only because I need to remember the words.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Is it hard to remember the words on stage?
For me, yeah, because I'm a dunce. But I think, I don't know what it is. It's like I can't remember, I can remember other people's words, but I just can't remember my own.
Yeah, fair enough. I bet the fans like it, too, when you fumble them. And, they're like, oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah,
they point and they laugh. There were these two girls in London when we were recently over there, and they were laughing at me because I forgot the words to Hold Me Down. It was the first time we'd ever played that song live. And so, yeah, that's embarrassing. But it happens like almost every show. I forget something.
Cool. Is that a real letter, Hold Me Down? Is that something you actually found, or did you just write it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, I did find a letter. I did find a letter while I was cleaning my couch. And so that was sort of what spawned the idea. Mm-hmm. And all the stuff in that letter are things that happen to be in either figuratively or literally. And so that's kind of how, I tend to try to mix, truth and fiction together in a tasteful way. And mostly just because certain words don't rhyme well. But, so that's what I'll say.
Cool. I thought it was a really cool idea. I like it.
That was me also trying to do more of like a Ben Folds 5 thing, or Ben Folds thing where like or like Tom Waits, getting outside of yourself and trying to write it from somebody else's perspective. And I only did that on 2 songs, like on purpose, was Hold Me Down and then Time Turned Fragile, even though Time Turned Fragile is about me, but it's supposed to be from the point of view of my dad.
Oh, cool. So, I didn't know that. That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. We do this thing on the show called 5 Questions every week. Just 5 quick questions, 1-word answer.
Okay.
First one, iPod or CD?
iPod.
Lennon or McCartney?
Oh, Lennon or McCartney. Lennon.
Alcohol or marijuana?
I have to go with alcohol.
Song you've written that you're most proud of?
That changes from time to time. Let me think. I got to come up with one, don't I? Attractive Today.
Cool. And 1 word, Motion City soundtrack.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Sorry.
Appreciate it, Justin.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice talking to you. Take it easy.
Right on. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.